Black Ops 4. What was meant to be the golden child of Call of Duty, the game with the most promise, we have the developer that we all love, and creating a game within the series we all love. What happened? How did this game fall so far from grace? Why are so many people going back and playing World War II and even moving to other franchises? Content. Black Ops 4 has so little content in it. Players around the globe are getting bored of the guns, maps, game modes, specialists. Games like Fortnite and Apex Legends are offering gamers fresh content on a regular basis for free, and Call of Duty fans get a half-assed new theme for the contraband stream that gets no one talking. Hey guys, it's Blank Online, and when all seems lost for Modern Warfare 4, what can Infinity Ward learn from Call of Duty's past in order to invigorate fans and the franchise, allowing it to re-establish itself as a gaming juggernaut? One thing Treyarch sacrificed in Black Ops 4 is campaign. The argument was that no one played campaign, supported by a quote from a Modern Warfare 2 developer who stated that only a small percentage of players actually finished the campaign. Treyarch sacrificed this core mode to adhere to the Battle Royale trend, and I'd like to put out a bold statement and say that their take on Battle Royale fell flat. Yes, Blackout is refined, and yes, Blackout is a fresh Call of Duty theme, but what Blackout doesn't have is content, and that is where it fell flat. Campaign in Call of Duties are the foundation in which the multiplayer is built on. The campaign tells the story of the multiplayer. Look at Modern Warfare 3, the most recent entry into the Modern Warfare franchise. The locations that the player travels to in the campaign are the maps found in the multiplayer. The factions that the player plays for and against are the factions that the player plays for and against in the multiplayer. As someone who has played through every single campaign from COD 4 multiple times, I completely see the purpose of the campaign and its importance, and I was disappointed when Treyarch decided to bin the mode. When you play the multiplayer of Black Ops 4, do you really care about what you're doing? Besides leveling up or getting dark matter, do we as a player base care about this game? When there was a campaign, myself at least was invested in these maps because I remembered the missions I played that the multiplayer maps are based on. The individual factions reminded me of good and evil. Am I playing for the good or the bad guys in Black Ops 4? I don't know who I'm playing for, I don't know where I am, there's no story for me to be invested in, so I don't care about this conflict. Call of Duty's previously had stories, had a conflict that players invested in. Now with Black Ops 4, I feel nothing for this setting that Treyarch has given to us. Modern Warfare 4 needs to have campaign. Even if only a percentage of players actually finish it, this mode gives the rest of the game a foundation to build off of. We get a clear story, factions we are fighting for and know, maps that have significance to the game. Campaign will help Modern Warfare 4 and not hinder it. What's the point? If you didn't already know, Black Ops 4's multiplayer has less content in it to date than all of the previous Call of Duties. We have less guns and maps than anything that has come before due to the new Black Ops Pass model, which has ruined this game's DLC timeline. If you were to compare where we are at this point compared to last year's World War II, Black Ops 4 has gotten the 2 Black Ops Pass maps, Madagascar and Elevation, as well as the 2 Zombies maps, Dead of the Night and Classified. World War II at this point had 4 new multiplayer maps, a new war map, and the Darkest Shore Zombies map. If you were to also factor in the added DLC weapons, World War II has gotten more than double the amount of new weapons as Black Ops 4 at this point last year. This needs to change with Modern Warfare 4. Modern Warfare 4 needs to launch with all of the intended maps and weapons that was developed for the launch. And I pray to God that Activision doesn't stick their nosy fingers into what Infinity Ward is doing. The amount of launch weapons and maps has been decreasing year by year. Content is what makes games worth paying and playing. If a game has little to no new fresh content, then people will not play it over a long period of time. Modern Warfare 4 needs content. All of the weapons, give us all of them. Don't rip out any content from this game just so that you can repackage it into supply drops, which we all know is coming. Give us more to play around with to keep players' interests until DLC 1. Black Ops 4 featured 4 maps that were already in previous games and was even a pre-order incentive for Black Ops 3 and the repackaged maps in Black Ops 4 to make the map count higher so Treyarch and Activision can think that they got away with pulling this. Anyway, Activision, don't with my Modern Warfare. Infinity Ward, take a page out of Respawn's book and tell Activision to off and not mess with your game. Put in all the weapons, put in all the original maps you want, plus any remakes. You hear that, Activision? Plus any remakes, not including, don't do this again, you spineless pieces of. Black Ops 4 actually did something innovative, for better or for worse, and introduced the contraband stream, a free battle pass that gives players the opportunity to get cool cosmetic gear and DLC weapons as a reward for hours played in the game. While it is a positive change, it is plagued by problems. Infinity Ward is gonna take this concept and implement it into their game, and they need to completely change it. I know what you're thinking. Why would you change it? I like that it's free. Yeah, I hear you. I understand. It's free and that's cool. But the way that Activision and Treyarch did it was completely anti-consumer. How many of you have enough time to play Black Ops 4 for hours a day to get your daily tier skip and to also progress in your battle pass? I'll tell you, not a lot. Also, when you get to the end, all you get for continuous progression are the ridiculously overpriced and oversaturated supply drops. Look at Apex. You do not get duplicates in that game, which eliminates the possibility of you spending your own money for content you already own. Why can't you do this, Infinity Ward? Why can't you do this, Activision? Why can't you stop caring so much about your money? If Infinity Ward makes it so that supply drops in Modern Warfare 4 has a no duplicate promise, then that's a step in the right direction. If they also make the battle pass an easier grind by granting users the ability to complete challenges to progress just like Fortnite, then that would instantly make it a better grind rather than it basing entirely on timed played, which is completely unfair to the average player. Black Ops 4 had a lot of promise, and unfortunately, due to corporate greed and Treyarch's inability to put actual new content into their game, it became what it is today, a shell of Call of Duty of what could have been. Modern Warfare 4 has a lot to make up for. Infinity Ward has a massive task at hand, and if history were to repeat themselves, then it isn't looking good. But the naive part of me wants to believe in this company. I want to love Call of Duty again. I want to have faith that if I buy the $300 collector's edition of the game, then I will get my money's worth from that game. Please, Infinity Ward, just make a good game. And that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this new format, this new style of video, leave it a like and leave a comment down below. We'll be posting videos every Monday, Thursday and Sunday, so keep a lookout for when those videos get posted and click that bell for alerts so you don't miss out on when they get posted. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.